Hi guys, Kim here. Wow, seem to be living through a time of super fast, super quickly processing stuff. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the solar eclipse, which will be occurring on the 20th of April over Australia. It will also be the 19th of April at other parts of the world. It's occurring at 29 degrees of Aries. I always like to play with the words, of course, as you know. And I often hear people talking about the word Aries being like arise. So awaken, it's a fire sign, so it's like very strong indication of new surge fire energy coming through. Imagine for a minute a full-blown arise about to happen for everyone. So the 29 degrees is significant because of that extreme end of the 30-degree bandwidth for that particular sign and the emphasis on the overall effect. So anytime it's either 0 at that end or 30 at that end, it's always a much stronger effect on the psyche. So it could be the wake-up call that we're all been waiting for. The thing to remember that I always forget is that we are connected, even though at any given time we might feel very disconnected. Personally, I'm going through a phase of seeing that no one else seem to want to take responsibility for that which they are creating on a general level. So, for example, I go to phone a company to say I'm having a problem with something, and there's no phone number, and there's no contact on the website. So there's no like contact us or support or help or anything. And then when I did eventually get something where there was a contact form, it's like the only way that you can progress is about lying about your problem. So it says like one of the categories is looking for a job or something, and you've got to go through that category even though it is that you're actually looking to clarify something about something you purchased. Anyway, I'm having problems with that it seems like there's nobody home at the other end, is what I'm trying to say. Or like they're saying to us, I do not care to hear about your problem with our product, and if it's not what it seems, then it's your problem, not mine, even though we've just stolen your money. So there doesn't seem to be any ramifications for people doing this either. It seems that they can help themselves without having to put out there any process by which you can get your money back if it goes wrong. So another example of this is, and this is just a local problem, there's no parking available here. So what they've actually done is they've actually put no parking up, but it's illegal to park, and then they just give you a fine for parking illegally rather than supplying spaces for you to park at, so they can fine you for parking illegally because they've provided no parking. Very funny, not? Again, just another example of how corrupted the system's got, and it's like the people that are stealing your money are doing it even more than ever before. When I listened to the messages about the incoming solar eclipse, a lot of it that was coming through very clearly to me was the idea that this will be a coming together, or almost like a confirmation that you belong to this world, like an overall feeling of connectedness. And again, the thing that I do notice over and over is that the idea that most people simply refuse to wake up, as it would put them in a mode of needing to take self-responsibility, and frankly the vast majority of the world would find it much easier to just wear the cloak of the victim. On the positive side, this solar eclipse has Pluto very much in the picture, and Pluto always plays the role of the kind of poker in the ribs, you know. Pluto's always like the protagonist, sort of the triggering. So he's going to be playing the role of triggering situations to enact activities, to create scenarios that will make this lameness, for want of a better description, unbearable for those wishing to play the victim. This is not just for one day, but it's the energy we're carrying forward into the next few months. So anybody that is not taking responsibility will be probably in, not taking self-responsibility, will probably be in situations of extreme discomfort. So just on a general level, we're experiencing this condensing of time. So many things that happen all at once, and the processing of situations happen very quickly. A little stressful, but to be fair, will be resolved in record time. So no long, drawn-out stressful periods that we've experienced in the past, but instead of that, quick emphasis on stress, and then it's over. And it's like, what was I worried about? And I think that this is part of this consolidation of awareness that it'll all be all right in the end, kind of thing. I've noticed within myself that when things go wrong, I have this tendency to overreact, like almost panic immediately because I don't know what to do. So I start running around the house for 10 minutes panicking because I don't know what to do about the situation that's occurring in my real life. And then by the time I got it worked out what to do about it, I wonder why I reacted so vehemently towards it occurring in the first place. And I'm very aware of this, and I'm trying to tone down or be aware of that initial reaction. So just on a very general level, part of what this solar eclipse is about is the willingness to believe that what is meant for you will not pass you by, so that you no longer need to control the direction of your life. And that does not mean in any way to negate you of the self-responsibility to put out there what you want. So it doesn't negate the responsibility for you to create the rudder in relation to the direction that you wish to be holding towards, but it takes away the need to have the control mechanism, allowing the universe to work out how this will come about, rather than you getting in your own way and trying to work it all out and it all going wrong. Does this make sense? If not, I can kind of explain it better maybe in a separate video, as there's a fine line between having no perception and just allowing the future to be dictated, and us sitting back and allowing others to choose our direction for us. That is not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about working out what excites you, what's the direction, what's your passion, and putting energy into that which excites you, regardless of what's in the external world showing you whether or not that's possible, and you putting the energy into starting a trail towards that experience. You don't have to know how that experience is going to be brought about. So it's a time for you to forge through the most difficult situations, ideal time for you to create your dreams, or create the stuff that your dreams are made out of. It isn't necessarily going to be easy, but I tell you now, it will be a hell of a lot easier than sitting around and doing nothing about a miserable situation that's been done unto you. Anyway, I'm going to give you a couple of links to videos that give you the full insight of the eclipse. I just wanted to give you a brief insight as to what I think it's bringing, bearing in mind that all stuff with eclipses happens internally, with a reflection then occurring in the external world. So if things don't begin to change straight away, think of it more like you being a big ship, and then the gradual change occurring as the rudder slowly changes your ship's direction. And I mean, what might be good is doing a picture of a gigantic ship's rudder and then writing down all of your intentions in the rudder. Anyway, it's just an idea. So, thanks for listening. Ta-ta for now.